For more on all of this, let's go now to Rick Allen Ross, founder and executive director of the Cult Education Institute. Rick, I've talked to you about so many of these cases. This one is really bizarre. This group claims to have tens of thousands of people following this guy who's made all sorts of weird claims, like birds are actually government drones that spy on people and the Grand Canyon is a portal to Africa. How do people fall for this?
Well, Elizabeth, this isn't anything new. There's another man actually in prison in Georgia, and his name is Eligio Bishop, and he started a group known as the Ethereans, now later called Carbon Nation, which is very similar to Rashad Jamal, and he also recruited online. And so this is really the world of cults today. People are recruiting online. Rashad Jamal White, which is his full name, is in fact a man who has 90,000 followers on Instagram alone. And so this is the way that cult leaders now operate. They can reach out online, they can recruit online, and they can get money online. And we're seeing this over and over and over again. And unfortunately, children that have no say-so in where their parents take them are being deliberately drawn into this group, led by a man who is in prison for abusing children.
How does he do all this from prison, Rick?
Well, Elizabeth, I think it's outrageous. I think it's outrageous that people are incarcerated and that the prison system allows them to communicate with their followers. Now, this is probably done through visitation. For example, Warren Jeffs, who is the leader of the polygamous cult known as the FLDS and who raped children and is doing what amounts to a life sentence in Texas, is still running a cult with thousands of members, hundreds of families from prison. I think it should not be allowed, that the prison authorities should not allow this.
Yeah. In the meantime, the website for this group says it's, as we said earlier in Nancy's package, geared toward enlightening and illuminating the minds of carbonated beings. The website then goes on to list 3 different price tiers to enroll. Are these cult leaders just after money, or is it power? Is it adulation? What is it?
Well, first of all, I don't think that Rashad Jamal is a poster boy for mental health. He's probably a sociopath, possibly a psychopath. Many of the cult leaders that I've dealt with have been diagnosed as that. But having said that, he's a grifter. I mean, he's a con man. And the only difference between him and a typical con man is he runs the same con on the same people indefinitely, exploiting them and taking advantage of them. He has become an object of worship, and he's cashing in on that.
Yeah, well, the 6 missing people are all, not all of them, because 2 of them are children, but most of them are all from different states. They all met and lived together before they all vanished. What do you think happened?
Well, I think that Rashad Jamal wanted them to live in what I would consider group housing. And I've seen this with other leaders, online, offline. They congeal their members in group housing. For example, Lori Vallow was led by, Chad Daybell, and he drew everyone up to Rexburg, and it was a very small cult, but they all shared living together. And the idea being to encapsulate the members, create an environment that you control, cut them off from their family and old friends so that their sense of reality is manipulated by you and reinforced by the other members, followers of the cult leader that are living with them and constantly reaffirming what the leader says.
Yeah, and we know from family members who've said that their loved ones who are now missing were all very, very isolated in the weeks and months leading up to their disappearance. They had cut off all contact. They were, I think one of the police officers called it very disturbingly sort of remote and cut off from everybody else. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.